Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and Joanne with World's Cup of Joe, Awaken Your Soul. For those of you that are new here, welcome to our channel. This is a very safe place for you to get deep in soul, in your twin flame connection, get the guidance that you have been searching for. And let me just emphasize with this channel is unlike others. And when I say this, it's Joanne and I are balancing our own twin flame connections. We are in permanent relating experience. And if you found this channel, you're in balanced energy. You are ready to balance your connection. So what you're going to find in this channel, you're going to find twin flame truths. We only bring the truths to this journey. Some of them may be hard to hear, but these truths are what are going to bring your twin flame back. And it's going to be what keeps your twin flame there. We do this every single day. We balance our energy every single day. And we want to share these truths with you because we want you to be with your twin flame. We want you to have balanced energy, and we want you to experience your best life that this journey brings. So with that being said, welcome again to our channel. Today, we want to talk about balancing boundaries that need to be set with your person and doing it through soul.
This is this energy of, I want to feel better, I want to feel good, and voila, it's the exact energy that brings in your twin flame. And so setting boundaries, this morning, me and Elizabeth were talking about how powerful we are in being able to set boundaries with our twin flame. And the old me, the one before, is all about trying to please my twin flame because he is so special to me, right? Especially for the mind. The mind really just was like, no one's like him. He's literally changed my life. And I really want to please him. I want to make him happy. I want him to love me the way I love him. And that's just how my mind was before. And it was a very people-pleasing type of energy. And unfortunately, that type of energy was exactly what pushes and pushed my twin flame away when I put him in the pedestal, when I make him priority. And now that I am balanced, now that we are balanced, me and Elizabeth were talking about it and we were like, whoa, this energy is just so awesome. It's so cool how we know how to set boundaries in this connection. We found out how to set boundaries by experiencing it in our balanced connection. So when you all get these tips and tools and things where we share with you, they're fresh. Like they are World's Cup of Joe, fresh off, like right out of the brew, steaming hot, like special delivery. So when me and Elizabeth are uncovering truths in this journey, we're not holding back and sharing the truths because we know how hard this journey is. And so as soon as we find that doesn't make them push, we want to share that. And then same conversely, we find that there's things that are pushing our people. We want to share that because we really want you all to not have to deal with all the crap that our selves gone through. And so what is setting boundaries even look like, right? Joanna, Elizabeth, you're telling me I can't people please. I can't do the things that I used to do to make and keep my twin flame. What does that look like for me now? What does that look like? And Elizabeth, if you want to share an example of you balancing, which is similar to how I balance boundaries with my twin flame. This morning, you said you experienced something with your person. How did that look like?
Yeah, so this morning, my person has been sick and he's been super, super grumpy for a couple days now. And he woke up sort of raging against the world, not wanting to get up and start his day. And the old me would have wanted to fix it. The old me would have gone straight to mind. How can I fix this? How can I make this better for him? What can I tell him that's going to make him feel better? And it would have sort of taken his bad mood and it would have gotten offended. I would have gotten offended. Mine would have by what how he was reacting to me. I would have felt like I would have taken it personally. I looked at him and with no judgment, no preference, no expectation, fully in soul. I wasn't offended. I just said to him, why are you taking your anger out on me? And there was no hostility. There was nothing. And it like softened him immediately, didn't push at all. Me setting that boundary of like, hey, why are you taking out your anger? And he was just like, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to. And I was like, I know. And the next thing I know, he's like holding my hand. And that's sort of how it is. Like, there was no judgment, there was no anger, there was no getting offended. It was just, I know he's having a bad day, but it's not okay for him to take it out on me. And he realized that, and he apologized. And then later on in the morning, he was having another bad day, and he was getting frustrated that our internet wasn't working. And he's texting me while I'm on a walk, like, hey, why is our internet not working? What am I supposed to do? And I just left it. I wasn't going to respond because there was nothing I could do. And the old me, the people pleasing in me of, wanting to make him so happy, would have tried to come up with 1,000 ways to make things better. This time I left it alone. I didn't respond to the text message. I just left it alone.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing I knew, I was getting another text from him saying, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to take it out on you. And I just responded again, I know. And the next thing I know, I'm getting this really sweet emoji, heart, like 2 hands making a heart from him, which he's never sent me before. And I responded with a kissy face, and that was it. But it's like, I didn't go straight to mind when he was in a bad place. I stayed balanced, I stayed in soul, and I made sure that I wasn't going to bring my vibration down to his level in order to try to make it better for him. Because you can't go down to bring someone up. You have to stay up to bring them up to your level. Seriously, guys, seriously. He finds peace when I'm in peace. So what is the purpose of me ever trying to sink down to his low vibration just to meet him in mind and try to fix things? No, you stay aligned with soul, and they'll come pop right back up when they're able to, because you've just given them the energy of peace, love that they need to bring themselves out of that funk.
And so boundaries is a really big one for a lot of people. So we get a lot of questions on like, okay, fine, how do I set boundaries when they're coming in and they have all this hookup energy, right? It's the same thing. I don't hook up with anybody. I don't hook up with just anybody. So this is a boundary that I've set for myself with everyone else, not just my person. And so what does that mean? So when your person comes in and they have the hookup energy and you have this boundary you've created for everyone, you can look at your person and say, hey, this is the boundary I've made for everyone. I choose me. I love me. There's no judgment. There's no expectations. There's no preference. You're not going to look or figure out where they are at and what they will do from your boundary. It doesn't matter whether they're in your life or not. This is a boundary you've created for yourself, right? Same thing with Elizabeth. I choose to not go in a lower vibration, whether it's you, whether it's my mom, whether it's my family member, whether it's anybody in my life. I will not lower that vibration. Same goes for this energy. When you're in the higher scale of consciousness, it's really hard for the mind to wrap around that desire is in the lower scale. So being able to get out of the people-pleasing hat of wanting to please them and go meet them in that desire scale with your soul is pushing your energy over to them. Is, hey, no, this is something that I don't do with anybody because this is what resonates for me and I choose me. It's not going to push unless you have an expectation or preference on what they will do from your boundary. Elizabeth didn't have an expectation or preference. Didn't care. She just was telling her person, I'm not okay with being the one that gets blamed for your lower scale. Same goes for somebody who is meeting you in the lower scale of consciousness, which is desire, which is actually below anger, right? So our mind gets clouded and it thinks sexual energy, even though it's really hot and spicy, right? Because when you are with your person permanently, sex isn't a physical thing. I know it sounds really weird. It becomes a oneness of the energy. and you're literally just there. It feels like you're by yourself in a really magical, beautiful way of the oneness of you physically together. But it's two bodies experiencing your one soul. And that's where it becomes, you have a merge, you're merging into that oneness. And that's the boundaries. The boundaries gets made through your ability to choose you and having this boundary, not just for your person, but for everyone else. Because how easy for us to say, well, you know what? I don't surround myself with hookup. Like, I don't just hook up with anybody. The person hits you up and there you are running to their every whim. You just set yourself into a place where you put them priority over your own self boundary that you've set for everyone else. And that's the thing that people can do in this journey where, to begin with, it's hard for us to not people please, right? We've been people pleasing our whole life. And now there's our person who we are just enamored with because they're us. We're totally unconditionally in love with, and they are asking for something or want something or giving us something that we don't allow from anyone else. When you set a boundary for everyone else, your person doesn't take precedence of that. And when you hold that boundary, you're so magnetic. Look at what Elizabeth just said. Hey, I pulled when my mind wants to leak and try to make everything better for them. I'm choosing me and I'm focusing on me. And as a byproduct, your person will keep coming. They're going to keep coming. So this is an example of your balanced energy, allowing yourself, your person, to keep coming forward in a way that doesn't push. Elizabeth's person can have a bad day, but it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't have to solve the world for him. He's going to figure it out.
Joanne, let's just
go ahead.
Both of our twin flames, they don't want us to fix their stuff. And you've gone over that in another video. And this is what's so crazy. If I would have gone into mine and started doing the whole, well, let me do this with the internet, or let me do this with you having a bad day, let me help, blah, 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 it would have pushed. I know that sounds crazy to so many, like, hey, I'm just trying to help you, I'm just trying to show you my love. But that's the energy that really, really does push them away. So being neutral, becoming the observer, which is what soul is, it is so magnetic. And like I said, my person doesn't just randomly send me heart emojis, but he did today. Set boundaries through soul. It will never push your person. In fact, you just become more magnetic.
Yeah. And don't worry about how it is for them, right? So like my person's example for me, when I was trying to people please, and it's kind of similar to what Elizabeth had, my person had a really bad time, was having a really bad time with work. It was really, really, really bad for them. And here I kind of mentioned this in another video. I was looking for motivational quotes. I was looking for ways he can solve it. I was doing so many things that can help him figure out this situation. And it was a push for sure. I was totally pushing on my person, trying to help him people please and try to fix the world for him. And he said, I don't need you to do anything for me. I just want you to be there. Like, that's what I heard. Well, when he said that, all I heard was, I just want your peace. I just want your peace. I don't need you to figure anything out, solve anything for me, do anything for me. I just want your peace. Joanne, I want your presence. And I want,
This is why, because if you go into mind, they're already in mind about their situation that they're dealing with, right? They're in the low scale, fear-based energies. They're in mind. They're ruminating on what's going on with them that they're not happy with. If you meet them in mind, you're just sending them more mind energy for them to have to juggle. They don't even know it. It's literally you're sending them more mind energy for them to be smothered by. And that's why they pull when you're trying to help and fix it through mind. But when you stay balanced and neutral, you're sending, them who are overburdened with mind energies, you're sending them neutrality. You're sending them peace. That's they are now getting from you, that's able to lift them up out of their mind energies. And they're able to get up out of those places because of your energy. You are the key. You are the awakened one. You are the one that gets to dictate the energy of this connection. You are powerful.
Yeah. You are so powerful that you don't need to stoop lower than the energy that you're in. And so don't worry about, hey, you know what? I set boundaries. What's going to happen? What does that look like for the future? What does it look like when you don't have to worry about any of that stuff? All you're doing is choosing you and focusing on you, and they will keep coming forward. They will keep coming forward. The boundaries are set through soul, where it's words don't need to be said. Words don't need to be said on how I can solve it for you. I can fix it for you, how I can give you everything you want in any beck and call. Right? That's that people pleasing of us, where we are available in every single moment they need us, where we drop everything in the hat. And that's why this journey, this connection, it requires you. It requires you to choose you and make those conscious decisions to choose you. I'm going to choose me. I'm going to choose me and make me priority. And I'm going to allow my soul to set this boundary that I've made for everyone. And even if it's my person, I know to stay grounded and I know to stay firm, because I choose me. When I choose me, I'm choosing my person. And so when you are deciding to not lower your scale of consciousness as the awakened one, same goes for that energy. Or that energy is a lower scale of desire below anger. Even though you really do have that unconditional love for your person, that's where you choose you again. I'm choosing me right now because I know I would never condone or allow this type of behavior from anyone, including my person. When you start setting boundaries for every single now moment that is available to you from everyone, from family members, from random strangers, from friends, from family, including your person, right? When you set those boundaries, you're listening to your inner guidance system. You are setting the boundaries from within. How does this make me feel? How do I feel right now? Because let's get real, loves. If somebody was to decide to meet with their person through soul, and they did choose them through any decision making, it's not push. It's not, I choose me. I'm going to do this for me. None of it goes external to you. It's going within. Even that very decision where Elizabeth didn't try to condone the conversation with her person saying why the internet isn't working. She went within and was like, okay, I'm gonna let this kind of work out until I can communicate right now, because I can't do anything about this. This isn't for mine to have to work through. And the reason why balancing is so important and why setting boundaries through soul is so important is because you're no longer changing your now moment to please not only everyone else, but especially your person. And your person wants you to choose you and please you, because that is them. That is you choosing them. And that's why they can't stay away from you when you're choosing you, because they are you. We love each and every one of you. We love you guys. We hope you have an amazing, beautiful day. Bye, love.
Love you. Bye.